Thank you so much, Tatiana. Welcome this morning to Unity Northwest Church. We're so glad to have you with us. I am Reverend Elizabeth. It's great to see you this morning. It is January 31st. Unbelievable that a whole month has already passed in 2021, and here we are. And if you're watching this morning, hello. It's a snowy day here in Chicago, and we've had some comments coming through, people shoveling snow. Everybody stay safe out there. Use your core muscles if you're shoveling. And if you are inside cozy like we are, yay. We have people who shovel here at our association, so we're grateful for that. And if you're watching this somewhere else in the world, I hope that you have a sunny day. And if you're watching this in the future, welcome to Unity Northwest Church whenever you are with us. Let us continue to check in online as y'all have been. Always appreciate that so that we can say hi to each other and stay connected. And if you are here for the first time and you'd like more information about the church, just drop us an email. The address is up above and all over our webpage. So there are so many ways to get in touch with us. Just let us know that you're new and you'd like some more information, and we will be happy to send that out to you. And as those comments keep coming in, we will say hi to each other, and we're already passing information about who's going to be running for the board and all sorts of great things. And then I want to welcome my partner in crime. I say that, but we're not doing any criminal here as far as I know, but let me welcome my partner in joy. There we go. My partner in joy, Chris. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good
It's
morning.
great to have you with us. So Chris is going to be helping me with the prayer and the invocation and the daily word. And tell us again, Chris, your role in the church.
Well, for the last number of years, I've also been a prayer chaplain at the church. So, and actually we have prayer chaplains after the service at the fellowship. So if you need prayer, feel free to join us after, and someone will pray with you in private Zoom sessions, like we go off to the side. So join us.
Great. Thank you for plugging that. Chris also has been known to play the guitar and sing every now and then. So that will be coming back someday soon.
Yeah. And actually, this is my view right now when I look out my window.
This is
normally what you would see. Wait, hold on a second. I'm these piles here. There you go. My cars are behind that because I just shoveled all that this morning. But this is my true view. This is sunny Palatine, Illinois.
We're seeing your actual view instead of one of those great backgrounds that you have. Wow, that's a lot of snow. And you did that without snow blowers.
Right. That's my workout
today. Yeah, several folks have been getting their workout this morning. Yeah, it is a pile on out there. And it's really interesting to just sit inside and look at it and know that you don't have to go anywhere. The stress of snow this year, way down for me. So, well, thank you, Chris, for being here. And let's go ahead and welcome everyone with our opening prayer. Yes, let's take that nice deep breath that I heard Chris just take. Here we are, alive and present on this beautiful day, whenever it is and wherever it is for you. A beautiful day in consciousness. And with the flip of that switch, turning on the switch of awareness to the inner world, we realize how blessed we are. We take this moment to really notice it, to embody it, to feel it, to go beyond the words that I'm speaking, to feel the divine of you. The divine of me is here right now. Each breath helps me reconnect in a conscious way with that truth. Wherever I have been, wherever my consciousness has been already this morning, this week, this life, right now, I claim back my true inheritance as a child of God, of peace, of life. I am here now, fully present, to this Sunday service. I share my consciousness, even though we are electronically connected today, consciousness goes beyond that. We are connected as a church community. I am connected into this body. And we now send love out into the world as we share the next 45 minutes or so together, focusing on spirit, focusing on creating heaven here on earth, whatever that looks like for each one of us. And so it is. Amen. And now our invocation. Whoops.
I know, sorry.
And now our invocation.
So now let's express our faith using the words of the invocation. I am now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I acknowledge your presence and your power, O Blessed Spirit. In your divine wisdom, now erase my human limitations, and from your pure substance of love, bring into manifestation my world according to your perfect law. Amen.
Amen.
And the daily word for today is now. And it's amazing how much these really just apply to our lives, because this hits for me very well. But I find my power in this very moment. There is power in this very moment. Yesterday is past and tomorrow's not here yet. There is only this moment, ripe with promise and potential, ready for me to live into it fully. Through my many divine gifts, everything I need to get started with is within me. I need not wait for the perfect moment to arrive, because there is no time more perfect than now and no place more perfect than here. Procrastination has no place in my life. I fritter away my energy when I find reasons not to get started, losing my zeal and focus and inviting frustration into my life. Today, I claim the power of the present and say, this is the day I begin. Now is the time to begin, to serve, to forgive, to create, and to love. And the Bible verse is, see, now is acceptable time. See, now is the day of salvation. And that's 2 Corinthians 6:2.
Thank you, Chris.
Sure.
Wonderful to have you on as always. Yes. All right. And we're going to continue then with saying hi this morning. So many of you have been popping in. Appreciate that. I also see a few hearts. We even got a wow this morning. So hello, Elaine. Great to see you. I'm going to go backwards this morning from those who just checked in. Conscious creating in this moment. Yeah, we are doing that. We have Karen and Mary and that adorable dog. Glad to be inside. Hi, Mark. Hi, Bobby. Great to see you. Marilyn Epstein is with us. Joan, good to see you back again. Yes, it is gorgeous outside, I have to say. And Chris, always checking in. Really appreciate that. Pat and Jeanette, best to you. Yeah, if you haven't got one of those push shovels, I love Jeanette. She's always reminding us of how to stay healthy. And the snow blower, it's my gym membership. I love it, Dallas and Ruth. And Karen, hello. Another appreciation for Tatiana's music. Tatiana is so loved here. Hal, Jeanette, Kat by phone. And so glad we have 2 people. You're hearing it live. Isn't this exciting? You're hearing it live that we have Teddy and Mark, who have already said that they will run for the board. We are so grateful. And go ahead and do a plug. If you are also interested, get in touch with us at the church. We are looking for board candidates. We have 2 openings and we have 2 candidates already. Gosh, man, we are so lucky. Tatiana and Carolyn and Karen, my heart goes out to anyone shoveling this morning. That's my husband. He doesn't mean to push it in your face, but yes, we're just sitting inside beside the fireplace. So many people were shoveling this morning. So welcome again to everyone. So great to have you here, and good morning. And now that we have all checked in with each other, it's kind of like that greeting time in church. Now we will go ahead and move on to our time of meditation. Oh, a couple of last hellos here. Hi, Richard. Wonderful to have you. And Elaine is letting us know that she's on her cross country skis. Oh, that's so neat. That may be a first. We have someone on cross country skis joining us for church this morning. I love it. All right. And now we continue in that vibe that we set with prayer this morning. Prayer and meditation so closely linked as we go into this meditation. Perhaps the most important time of our service here, for all of us to join together in focusing on the inner world, on this moment, on peace and calm. We enter into meditation by noticing the body first, to set the container. Most importantly, let me notice my spine. Let me sit tall, as if someone were pulling just slightly at the top of my head. Straighten that spine, with the shoulders back, the hands resting, the feet solid, the tongue, the jaw, the eyes relax. Let me set my body for this divine time of meditation. Here I am, in this perfect posture. I am already in meditation. I let this posture be my guide and be my structure. It holds me up, and it opens the portal into this now moment, into my inner self. And supported this way, I notice the breath coming and going. Each breath a miracle on its own. And so many coming and going that we never notice, that support us. A reminder of how supported we are. I breathe in, I breathe out, in and out. I follow the breath. I sit tall. I am awakened into the silence. Oh, this time in the silence, just for me, what a blessing. Whenever I need, it's right here for me. To return to center, return to the body, return to the breath, and remember that right here in this moment, I am supported, loved. I am love. Reconnected in consciousness, always connected, but reconnecting consciously again and again and again. I am so blessed. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen. We have been working on seeing things a little differently for the last couple of weeks. Well, we really work on that kind of all the time. But specifically, we've been putting on some different glasses and remembering that how we look out onto the world helps determine what we see in the world. It's not everything. It's not a tool used to avoid or deny. But how I'm feeling and how I'm looking out with my eyes makes a difference. And over again, I try to remember that. I try to live from that and realize that, hey, I have some control here. There is some power here for me. And not just in these glasses, but in the book that we've been studying, Spiritual Economics by Eric Butterworth. Most of you have been on, I know from who I've seen pop on here. So most of you have been with us for the last couple of weeks as this is a series, but some people may be watching and just catching up with us mid-series. So this is week 3. And so let me do a quick catch up, and hey, it never hurts for all of us. I mean, I look back on my slides from last week and think, did I do that? I guess so. So given what my memory is, let's do a quick check up and check in on where we've been for the last few weeks with spiritual economics. So this book by a Unity teacher, I'm going to sum it up with an exercise we had last week, which was if you take out a dollar bill and you look at this side of it and you focus on it, what you see are lots of numbers. This is the business side of the dollar bill. So it shows you the numbers and what it's worth and the serial numbers, and there's a lot of white space on this dollar bill. And this dollar bill is really often about onlyness. I only have a dollar. This is one view of our money, that there's never enough. And that's a really common way for us to feel in this life. You know, if only I had $1 million. And then when you've got the million, if only I had 2. If only I had more, if only this went farther, if only money grew on trees, if only. If we're just looking at this side and we're stuck on what the numbers tell us, we often feel like it's not enough. So instead, we flip the dollar over and we get a different perspective. We put on those green lenses. And we see on this side is where in God we trust appears. And there's a few numbers, but less numbers and a lot more green. And the value of the money is even bigger. 1, it's like a celebration of what this dollar bill is worth. And this is where we see the allness of our money and of our possessions. This side of the dollar bill reminds us of the unlimited potential of God in our life. And Eric Butterworth encourages us then to focus on this side of the dollar bill. See it with your green lenses. See it in its allness. See the allness of God that's coming forward. And the journey of flipping over that dollar bill is to go from not enough to enough. We are moving from a sense of not enoughness to a sense of enoughness. I love those words. A sense of not enoughness. That's what it's primarily about, the sense inside of us, the consciousness that we're holding. And then as that shifts, things shift in the outer. But even when they don't, if I can shift to believe that what I have, what I am, what I see is enough, that will shift everything. I kind of hear in that phrase, you know, enough already. Enough. It's a fun word to work with. What is enough? Because there's a lot of programming in the world right now, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there are known algorithms out there to tell us we don't have enough and we aren't enough. That is a lot of the message that you see. Something else, someone else is going to make you enough. And so that's what we're working on reprogramming from a spiritual perspective. And so we have been talking over and over again about prosperity and abundance and enoughness, and this book from Eric Butterworth and changing our consciousness. And I've been working with it deeply as well. I work with it in my personal practice. I take classes on it. I continue. And I reread these books. So I've read Spiritual Economics a number of times. And I have a question for you, and this is a serious question. If you want to pop answers over there, go ahead and do that, or join us afterwards, because I'd like to hear from you. How is this working for you? How is everything that I just talked about kind of working for you? If you know these teachings for a while, oh, okay, I'm going to change my consciousness. I'm going to say my affirmations. I'm going to read Eric Butterworth again. I'm curious how it's working for you. And so here's the spoiler. It's not totally working for me like it used to. Just noticing that. It's not wrong. I just feel something new being born here. I mean, this was written back, I think, in the 90s at least. And these teachings are ancient, and Unity started in 1880. And in this time of great change in the world, I'm also noticing a great change inside. Maybe it's my age. I'm in my 50s, right? We all kind of go through these things. But maybe it's also linked into the age of Aquarius that we're entering into, or simply a new turn of the teaching. So I'm opening that door to say, some of it's working, some of it's not. Maybe it's a new perspective that I need on it, or maybe there's something else that I want to add to it. Things grow. Things grow. Even our teachings grow. Our understanding of the Bible grows. Our understanding grows. So we're changing, we're growing, we're evolving, and our teachings also do that. And so I like to look also outside of Unity to see what else is going on out there. And I'm going to share a little bit of that. Little bit of Unity heresy today. So, don't anybody send this off to UWM, our headquarters. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, send it. We're a pretty open denomination. And I'm not the only minister that's sort of looking at this going, what's the next evolution here? Because sometimes our teaching is a little absolute focused and not so much relative world understanding. So we can talk great about the spiritual truths, but we sometimes have a hard time meeting people where they are, meeting life experiences, and making them okay and not a failure. Because this has been kind of a hard month. I've been going through some stuff. And quite honestly, reading some of the Unity teachings hasn't been so helpful. But the good news is that some other things have been. And so how is it working for you is a question for you to consider. And I am going to see if we've got a couple things here. Okay, it puts a lot of perspective for me when I feel lack. Great. I commit my life to abundance in all. However, I have lived through challenges which I have learned and grown from. Thanks. Yeah. Me too. The challenges that we live and grow from, and learning how to be with those in the moment. And a year or two ago, I was inspired to write a little poem about gratitude as we move into a teaching of gratitude today. So let me share it again with you. It spoke to me again. To be in gratitude. What does it mean to be filled with gratitude? It's a word I've used so often, it seems to have lost its meaning. I try on some other words like appreciate or love or value. It's a noun. something that I have or possess. I am grateful. It's an adjective. I am grateful for something. It's all just words doing their best to point at what's real. Let me step back from all of it. A lesson about gratitude from my teacher floods into my mind. On a day that found me grumpy, imagine that, she told me I could turn it around with gratitude. Of course, I had nothing to be grateful for, I thought. She said I could be grateful for the smallest of things to turn my day around. She proceeded to tell me everything she was grateful for in that moment. She was grateful for her carpet. I thought she was nuts. She's grateful for her carpet? It seemed silly and I probably rolled my eyes. Appreciating carpet was not really going to change my day. I can picture that scene 30 years later. Raggedy blue carpet, but she was happy for it. She continued, I'm grateful for this table, for this lamp, for my cat, for that chair, for the piano. On and on she went for a minute or so. I had never heard anyone be grateful for such small, ordinary things. And little did I know it was an important lesson in gratitude. She taught me it's a choice. I could be as grateful as I'd allow myself to be. The circumstances didn't change. I walked into that room sad with nothing to celebrate. I was in a mood of my own making. And she showed me the doorway out. Years have passed since that afternoon lesson with Lynn. And as I sit and consider gratitude again, I look around my office that I sit in and I follow her advice. A piece of artwork on the wall. I smile at the thought of my brother-in-law, Ray, giving me that Cubs picture. A picture of my husband's two favorite baseball players. I smile just at the thought at how much he likes them. A vase from a friend. A poster that reminds me of the theater I used to do. An ironing board on the back of my door makes me realize how glad I am that I rarely have to iron anymore. A photo album ready for me to work with, a basket, a tiny stuffed moose obtained from circulation day at church. He came from Caribou Coffee where I met Arturo. It was like a sign from God that I was in the right place. I could go on forever in just this one room and never stop being grateful. All these things around me all the time. I give them no thought. Now I see a gratitude story is told to me every day. I open my eyes and I open my heart and I'm flooded with gratitude. My spirits lift, if even just a bit. I don't need words. I let them slip away. The moose, the photo album. I sit in a sea of gratitude, and it starts with the carpet. Just appreciating the carpet. We're not perfect. Some days we're off track. Thanks, Carolyn. She's doing my work for me. And gratitude still can uplift me, I admit. Even when some of the other things kind of fail me, just rereading that poem puts me in a different mood. And Martha Smock says, don't wait to give thanks until things are perfect. Give thanks where you are. In the present, give thanks for life and the opportunities to learn and grow. Well, now there, I'm not so sure. Opportunities to learn and grow, do I have to be thankful? Well, even if I'm not, I can be thankful for the carpet, for the chair, for my computer. To be thankful is a practice that even when we're not feeling it, we can bring it forth and realize how much prosperity, abundance we have, not just in the things, but even more importantly, in the memories and the feelings behind the things. So things can be the beginning. I look at a lamp here in front of me, and I'm grateful for the light that it sheds. I'm grateful for the electricity that just turned on, for the company that brings that electricity, for the workers that make that happen. There is a chain that goes beyond everything I see that I can give gratitude for 100-fold, 1,000-fold. Eric Butterworth says the fact is it doesn't make a difference to God whether you're grateful or not, but it makes a lot of difference to you. It makes a lot of difference in your sense of abundance. And so this year I have chosen a theme of a year of abundance. Let this year be a year of abundance where you look like that. You look like you are exploding in joy. Not with dollar bills, but with a plant, with a flower, with an expression of creativity. So I went ahead and I set that as my agenda. And then the first thing in the year, I started feeling not abundant. That's usually the way that it goes. Everything else came up to say, okay, you want to do this? Let's really do this and let's take it to a deeper level. And the message that we have been using then is, I am enough. There is enough. I don't have to make it right. I just need to see it right, according to Eric Butterworth. See it rightly. I am enough. There is enough. Let me see this rightly. So again, I ask, how is that working for you? How is that working for you? And maybe it's because this was a rough month for me. It didn't work quite as well. It did help a little bit, some of the unity teachings, but there was something else that helped me a lot more. So I'm going to share that with you. Now, this comes from a source that I'm actually not going to name. If you've read this book, you'll probably recognize it, but it's a little bit colorful. So if you want to know what this book is, just pop me an email and I'll let you know what it is. But it's not for everybody. And so you may not agree with what I'm about to read, and that's okay. I do a lot of things that people don't agree with at times. That's life. So I'm going to push us a little bit today because this talked to me, and I figure if it talked to me, it's going to talk to a few of you anyway. Okay? So as we grow older and enter middle age, something begins to change. A lot changes. But one is our energy drops and our identity solidifies. Now, a unity person might have a problem with me saying that. That's okay. I'm sharing that my experience in my 50s is my energy has dropped. I still have energy and I'm grateful for what I have, but I am not 20. And our identities start to solidify. You start to realize there's more behind you than in front of you, and who I really am matters more, and my choices matter more. We know who we are, and we accept ourselves, including some of the parts we aren't thrilled about. Accepting the parts that we're not thrilled about. That's not something that you typically hear in unity. And in a strange way, this is liberating. We no longer have to stress about everything. Life is what it is. We accept it, warts and all. We realize that we're probably not going to make it to Broadway or cure cancer or end up on a top 10 list somewhere. And that's okay. Life goes on. We now reserve our energy for the most important parts of our life. Families, friends, our golf swing, working on photos. And to our astonishment, this is enough. So we tie back into unity. This is enough. This simplification actually makes us much happier on a regular basis. So this book will help you think a little bit more clearly about what you're choosing to find important in life and unimportant. That everything can't be important. Everything can't be perfect. And he says, I believe today we're facing a psychological epidemic, one in which people no longer realize it's okay for things to stink sometimes. Sometimes the message from life and the message from Unity and some spiritual teachings is everything's supposed to be, unicorns and puppies all the time. And if it isn't, you need to look at what you did wrong. But instead, what if it's okay that things stink sometimes? I know it sounds intellectually lazy on the surface, but I promise you, it's a life-death sort of issue. Because when we believe that it's not okay for things to stink sometimes, then we unconsciously start blaming ourselves. We start to feel as though something is inherently wrong with us, which drives us to overcompensations like buying 40 pairs of shoes or drowning Xanax with vodka. This belief that it's not okay to be inadequate sometimes is a source of the growing feedback loop from hell that is dominating our culture. And the way out is to learn to focus only on what's really important and to become more resilient in the face of when things stink. There you go. So I'm adding that to my practice of affirming and knowing and prosperous and everything is great and there's a potential for goodness in all things, and accepting that in the reality of this physical life that we live in, everything isn't going to be roses. So what do we do with when it's not? Do we blame ourselves? Do we accept this is the way that life works sometimes? Not all the time, sometimes. So things that people are grateful for, let me flash them up here on the screen. Thanks, Carolyn. Jeanette, grateful to have the COVID, to sign up, thanks. Everybody noticed that. I look for abundance of love, health, friends, family, pet, time, patience, prosperity. That's great, Carolyn, thanks. Maybe that's a list. Ruth is grateful for the sparkling snow. Take a moment, everybody. Look out the window. I have a tree that's stunning, yes, and grandchildren, boy, absolutely top of the list, and learn and grow through the challenges. So that's where I'm at today, kind of balancing some of what I'm reading and then questioning, do you feel prosperous? If there's some part of it that still doesn't feel prosperous, then how can I shift? And so exploring another perspective like I found in this book, ironically, made me feel better. And so this is what I'm working with today. You define success. So make it what you already have. You get to pick. Nobody gets to say. We all get to say what's success in our life. And as I've turned off Facebook and I've turned off looking at magazines and I've turned off things that are designed to tell me that I'm not enough, I already feel better this week. So I get to decide. Nobody else gets to decide. You get to decide what is success. So I say whatever you're doing right now is success. Accept where you are right now. That's looking through prosperity glasses. Whatever you see right in front of you, you can claim that as good, no matter what anybody else tells you. The power really is within you. Always has been, always will be.
Trying out for a cheerleader, a mouthful of new braces. I jump, I yell, the gym becomes an endless sea of faces. They call the winners one by one. I pray I'll hear my name. The last name called is my best friend. I hang my head in shame. Oh, sometimes when a blessing comes, it's hard to understand. My voice was meant for music, I was meant to join the band. Somebody else's road might seem smoother than my own, might lead to greener pastures, might be paved with gold. When I look with envy at where other people go, I remind myself that somebody else's road. Every time I hit a barricade that I don't want to see there, I'll close my eyes and look again, hoping it won't be there. I'll throw myself against it and find that it won't move. Even so, I'll push and shove until I'm black and blue, till finally it occurs to me, could this be a sign telling me as plain as day, this road isn't mine? Somebody else's road might seem smoother than my own, might lead to greener pastures, might be paved with gold. When I look with envy at where other people go, I remind myself that somebody else's road. When it seems I'm going nowhere, wandering aimlessly, I have to trust that where I am is right where I need to be. Somebody else's road might seem smoother than my own, might lead to greener pastures, might be paved with gold. When I look with envy at where other people go, I remind myself that somebody else's road, somebody else's road, that somebody else's road.
The beautiful Janice Stanfield. And we are now in that opportunity to be in the flow of prosperity with our church as the virtual basket comes by. We have an opportunity to bless and be appreciative of all the gifts that you give. And as you give into your spiritual community, you give right back unto yourself. And if you'd like, you can set up automatic giving. You can give up above with the donate button. It's also a donate link, and the button is also on our webpage. You can also send in, and those who would like to give cash, you can arrange to come by during the week, or when we see you at the drive-through on February 13th is another wonderful time. So let's bless these gifts and offerings with our affirmation. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And it is so. Thank you so much. And now I am welcoming Patty.
Hey, it's me.
So
Hi.
good to see you.
It's good to see you too, and enjoying our snow flurries out there, building snowmen.
It's so pretty. Oh, great. Well, Teddy, thanks for being here. You are the person who created and continues to keep our gratitude for our volunteers going. You are such, I say it every time, you're just such an example of somebody who had a divine idea, took hold of it, and made it happen. And anybody who has other ideas like that, welcome. We welcome those ideas, right, Teddy? So
Right.
Thank you for being here.
Definitely. Yeah. Yes,
Turning
yes.
it over to you. Tell us who we're thanking today.
Okay, so today we're thanking the volunteers on our audio team, building and grounds team, and our video team. And we're proud to honor our volunteers on these teams 2019 through 2020. You have served our church and made us what we are today. We are grateful, grateful, grateful for your steadfast commitment to our church and your mission to serve the community and our minister, Reverend Elizabeth Mora. So now today we have a message from our video team leader, Lynn Barrett, and she says, being a videographer also means that you have to adapt to what is happening around you, especially because we are filming a live event where you only get one chance to get it right. Most of our lives too. Everything doesn't always go according to plan, and you have to be able to adjust for that. Quick thinking and fast acting are the difference between a perfect shot and a missed opportunity. With social media on the rise, there are many opportunities to connect with people and show off our church and connect to our community. And thank you, Lynn. And so the people on the video team we acknowledge today and say thank you: Celeste Majors, Janet Domerk, Elaine Trufa, Delia Bay. And then we go to our audio team. I don't know if you're putting that up. Oh, there we go. Audio team is Bill Doty, Doug Freeman, Rick Scaramuzza. And our last team is our building and grounds team, which is Bill Doty, certainly gets around, and B. Salas. And so,
Thank you, Teddy. And so here's a bonus. Who can spot the typo?
uh-oh.
That's not on Teddy. And thanks, Bill Duty. And you're right. He does get around so much.
He does. Wow. What a volunteer.
I know.
Thank you, Bill, and every other volunteer. All the volunteers this year in 2019 and 2020 have been absolutely fabulous. I can't wait to see y'all guys again.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. You've got a shout out here, Teddy. A couple people saying thank you to you. So thanks, Teddy, and we will see you again next month.
Okay, thank you.
Right. And as Chris comes back on, then we will move into our announcements. So we'll get you there. And there you go, Chris.
Yep. In fact, Bill Duty used to play drums as well at the church.
You know, that's right. I never got to hear him do that. So that's definitely something we want to do again someday. All right, I got us back onto our slideshow. Take it away, Chris.
Excellent. Well, we have the spiritual economics class that continues on Tuesday, February 2nd, both at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. All are welcome. So we were talking about that. We've got 3 Tuesdays left, so join in anytime. The youth education is now on Zoom every other week. So the next class will be on February 7th at 10 a.m. Please contact Carolyn Denoon to enroll your child. And then don't miss out. There are many ways to connect with us. You can check out our texting program. There's the weekly email blast. You can look at the Facebook page, the web page, our newsletter. In fact, the newsletter is coming out. So check your mailbox because the annual statement has been sent out. And if you didn't get yours, call the office and then look for your membership renewal form as well. We need all to complete the form every year to stay current. So you can email the office and let us know if you want to continue. Of course, we know that everyone does. And then, of course, there's the Valentine's Day drive-through, and that'll be Saturday the 13th, 10 to noon. And there'll be fun times and probably candy hearts. Let's say.
You got it. Thank you, Chris, very much. And a couple of reminders from me on a couple of those last announcements. Wanted to, Chris is right. The newsletter just came out. Thank you, Ruth. She's here now. And actually, she's someone who made her last comment here. So thanks, Ruth. She got it out, and it will be coming to you by email this week. So look for your newsletter and your statements coming out. And please note, big note, that we are only going to do the Valentine's Day drive-through on Saturday. So if you were thinking of coming on Sunday, please switch yourself over. It's been advertised a couple places as both, but we realize it's better to just do it all in one day. So we'll see you Saturday. We're going to have a special treat. No Christmas ornaments this time, something special that I am whipping up for you. So you're going to want to come if for nothing else. We're even going to have music again from the people that were there at Christmas time. So if you were there at Christmas, you knew how much fun it was. So please come back. And if you missed it, please come and try this one. I will also be there to pray with you, distanced from your car. I will bless every car that comes in. Our chaplains will be there. And if you would like to volunteer to help out with this event, your help would be most welcome. So please email me if you'd like to be involved in that. So I could use help planning the day. So it would be a Zoom phone call. We could use help that day so you could come with your mask and stay safely distanced and hand out packages. You might be able to do a little shopping for us to get some things, or if you want to make Valentine's and put something into the gift basket, that is welcome as well. So just give me a shout on email if you're interested in helping with this event in any way, shape, or form. It's obviously one of the very few ways we have left to be in touch with each other. So it will be an important day for us, and you are welcome to be part of it. We'll see you next week when we continue this series in a changing world. How is prosperity changing? So we've really kind of already started that. And coffee with the prayer and the prayer chaplains will be with you. And my message for you every week, please remember that you are amazing. No matter what's going on, you are an amazing soul that is here to do whatever it is that you're doing. You're here to follow, as Janice Stanfield said, your road, not somebody else's road. So thank you for being here. And Tatiana will now play us out as I share the rest of the comments that have come by. Welcome back, Tatiana. Look forward to some more music with you. God bless everyone.